Right, so yesterday was day one of putting together the garage, turning it into our little recording studio and rehearsal room. We started yesterday just by simply putting the framework together on one side of the room, as you can see there, and now I've been and got some collected more wood this morning, and we're going to start the framework for the other side.
I'm falling hard and I smash through the concrete. I land into the water below, but I'm drowning now. Tell me, how deep will I go?
So you can see what we've got at the moment. It's just a bit of a mess with all usual garage stuff. The bad news is we've got to build it with all the rubbish in it at the same time, so moving stuff around all the time because we haven't got the space to keep anything anywhere else, which is unfortunate. We're going to be basically turning it into a studio in 3 small sections. So we're going to have the first section, which we've started to build a framework for, and we're going to be carrying on with today. And then we've got the middle section, and then a small section at the back, which is going to have all desk and music equipment all at that end, recording equipment, all stuff down that end. Difficult bit is going to be, we've got a load of pipes and wires and electric board and radiator on this side, so we've got to get that sorted first. In the front section we're also going to leave the roof open and just insulate at the very top of the roof, so we've got storage space there as well.
I'm falling hard and I smash through the concrete. I land into the water below, but I'm
So day 3 of converting garage into recording studio. Yesterday we got a bit done, and we should be able to finish the framework today. That's the aim for today. We've got, I'll just give you a quick tour around. We've got the framework in place in front of all the electricals and piping that's going to cover all that up. We'll have to move all the switches forward and everything, and we've just got a bit more of the framework to do around the door and the back of the studio. I'll just give you a little tour around. So we've got the framework there, going across the back wall, all freestanding. Got the framework at the front that was already done on day 1, and then we've got the framework that's covering up all the pipe work, and we've got a little bit that we've done next to the door that will bring all the switches forward in front of and stuff like that. And then today we've just got to clean around the door and across the back. Like I say, it's not been easy because we've got all this stuff that we can't move out, so we're shifting it out before we start and then shifting it back in when we're done. But yeah, we'll see how today goes. So, end of day 3. It's been a super hot day, and as you can see, we've got most of the framework all done now around the sides, so that all we've got left to finish is the roofing. Okay. And framing for the front door, and we're going to leave that until we've got all the insulation and boarding has arrived. And when that's arrived, we can crack on and get everything else filled in.
It might be good to have some company, somebody by my side, but I can't help if you get tired.
Right, so today all the plasterboard and insulation has arrived, as you can see. I've got some regular standard plasterboard and some of the sound shield, soundboard stuff. We've got all the acoustic insulation that's arrived. We've got 4 bags of that that's arrived. I also bought a load of neoprene strip that will fit underneath and above the frames, the framework, so that there's no rattle or anything like that. So we'll be getting started on this over the next couple of days.
To California, can't say I didn't warn you. I'll take you anywhere you wanna go. Toronto to Vancouver, I'm somewhere warm by winter. The next destination you'll never know. You'll never know. I'll take you anywhere you wanna go. Anywhere but home.
Right, so we've put the ceiling brackets in, the joist for the ceiling, and what else did we do yesterday? And for the back wall, so the ceiling joists are in. Start to fit the back wall. We'll get more joists going to be running along here that we're going to then fit the the plasterboard to. Took off the light from the ceiling, and we're going to be carrying on with this today. We might even start getting some insulation in today, and fitting the plasterboard at the back end of the room. I'm hoping to get that done. We'll see.
You're no longer happy. You're moving on.
Right, so yesterday we managed to get ceiling up, which was difficult. Proper tools, but we managed to get that up. A couple of us managed to get that up. Got one side that's also insulated and floating as well, so it's got the neoprene strips that are keeping it floating away from the original joists. Started insulating the other wall and plasterboarded that with the sound shield plasterboard, now soundboard, whatever it is. And then today I'm going to do the same on the other wall, on the opposite wall. It's getting a little bit difficult because it's raining, pouring down outside. So all the stuff we've got in here, which I've been shifting out each day as we've started, is now stuck in here, and as you can see, not ideal, but we're working in very little space, which is not ideal. But yeah, I'm going to get started on this wall, and hopefully we'll get quite a bit done today.
I've never seen you so low. Didn't see this coming. I feel my heart being ripped apart. I see your brighter days, and I'll just hide out in the dark. So when you come in round, so when you coming round, so when you coming round, see me before you leave this town. See me before you leave me. So when you going now.
we videoed, what we've done is we've managed to get the light fittings brought forward and all the power fixtures brought forward. The garage door is now blocked in and sealed with, first of all, a vapour barrier, then insulation, then plasterboard, and I might put another layer of plasterboard over the top because we do have some still spare. We've changed our minds with I've changed my mind with what we're going to do with the open space above in the ceiling. I was going to plasterboard onto the existing beams where we've insulated, but getting the plasterboard up there's going to be a bit of a nuisance. So we've insulated it all, but then we're going to put panels over these wooden beams, so it's still accessible but blocked over, and we don't have to see all the insulation all up there. We've also got the radiator back on the wall. The place is an absolute tip, so today's task is to start getting things tidied up, and then we'll start sorting the floor out. But the end's in sight, we're getting closer and it's getting exciting. It should be usable in the not too distant future. Right, well, we're getting to the final stages of the studio build. It's getting really awkward because we're trying to lay carpet down and underlay whilst having a load of rubbish in the room. We just simply haven't got anywhere else to put it. The stage is built where the drum's going to sit on top of. It's all rested on neoprene rubber, so it won't rattle while we're playing. It won't have any friction with the floor. It's slightly off the floor. Carpets started being put on the wall over that end. So we've got deadened sound over there. And then, like I say, we're starting to put the underlaying carpet down here. I think the way we're going to do it, we're going to have to do it little stages and then lift stuff over as we're doing it, which is a bit awkward, but everything's boxed in. We've doubled up the plasterboard on the wall where the garage door is. We really shouldn't hear anything now. Pretty silent, which is good news. We've put boards on the top, there's just an open storage space up there. Most of them are solid, but one or two can be moved just so we can get storage up there, and all that's all got insulation, sound insulation up there as well. And as you can see, we're getting there. It's just the carpeting. It's going to be awkward, but we'll get there.
I face the setting sun, and I say, oh Lord, oh Lord, oh
Right, now, apart from a tidy, we're all done. We've managed to get the carpet up on the ceiling. Obviously there's all bits all over it still. We've glued that up and a few staples to hold it in place as we glued it up. With all the walls are carpeted.
'cause the devil's at my door, my door.
finished. Studio has been completely transformed. The garage has been completely transformed into a studio. That at the start of the summer was literally just a bog standard garage, although filled with loads of rubbish that we had to get round moving around whilst we was doing the job. But now finally we've managed to completely renovate it and it's completely done. We've got, I'll show you around, finished product, the main entrance. So we've got the door, put all the switches forward onto the wall and then carpeted the walls. They've got soundproof plasterboard and insulation behind, as well as a damp proof course on the far wall, not the interior wall. Same again, different colour carpet. And this is the cream carpet on the wall, that's the exterior. Also behind that there's a damp proof course as well as the insulation and plasterboard. It's all freestanding, so it's literally a room within a room, although it's rock solid, it's not going anywhere. So we did have people, I did have a builder saying that he won't be able to do it, it won't be sturdy enough, but that's not going anywhere. It's all freestanding, it's not moving anywhere at all. Brown carpet on this exterior wall, and then finally round to where the studio equipment's placed. Everything's not set up yet, but it won't take long. That'll just plug everything in, and then hopefully we'll be able to start rehearsing. I'll upload some audio clips of how it sounds outside, which is pretty impressive. But yeah, job done. Over and out.